Your recent album is Soullight.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
When did the process for this album start? Was it a long time coming, this album?
Yeah, actually we've started, man, it goes way back, probably like 5 years ago. There's some of the songs go back that far that we've had in mind. Like if we were to make this album, we've got a compendium of stuff, so.
Sure.
And then some of them were recent, like Larry Klein introduced me to War and had me listening to World is a Ghetto and Shelby Lynn. You know, I thought it would be easier and Leaving. So I kind of arranged those within the last part of 2015.
What made you go for these songs by other people?
Some I just love, like the Mal Waldron lyric. Well, Soullight was made famous by John Coltrane. But I just love that song. It's just, it's my favorite song on the album. That's why I named it that. And in the title, I feel like it's just very descriptive of the album itself. But then, like I said, Larry Klein as well introduced me to some, and then I was like, I like that too. And other writers, I co-wrote as well.
If we take Soullight, what makes that a great song for you?
Man, honestly, the melody I feel like is perfection. Like just everywhere it goes, vocally, is perfection. I feel like it captures who I am very well. I love the title. I relate to soul music, and I think eyes are beautiful. I like to draw eyes too, and the eyes is the window to your soul too. I know it's cheesy, but it's true. So, and it's the most beautiful jazz standard I've ever heard. So that's why I picked it.
Is it then, because you are an admirer of this song, is it then difficult to find your own interpretation without copying too much of the?
Sometimes, but not really. I don't know, I have my own little way of doing things. If I play it over and over, eventually I want to go here instead, or, you know, it kind of works itself out.
And then is this a very, I assume it's not a very conscious thing that when you arrange these songs?
When we're arranging the songs?
Yeah, what direction it takes in. Is that a very conscious thing?
Can you clarify your question just a little more exactly what you mean?
In the sense that, how you translate that song to your own style.
Is that hard is what you're asking? Or what's the process?
Is that a conscious thing in the sense that if you know beforehand what you want to do with it? Or
I see, yeah. Man, the best way for me to explain that is just I listen to it and then I learn the chords, I guess on a piano, and then when I start playing it, then a lot of times what I do is sometimes I change the chord, occasionally, because I'm like, this would be cool if I just kind of, make it go there, so that when you listen to it, it's not, here's the same arrangement again.
Sure.
But I don't know, I guess it's just natural. Whatever comes natural becomes my own interpretation.
And then once you go to the live performances, do the songs then change again?
I see what you're saying. We try to stay pretty close to how the album is, for the most part, if that makes sense. But yeah.
And you mentioned, the confidence in singing that you kind of had to develop early on. How do you feel about performing live now? Do you prefer being in the studio and just that creative process, or do you like to perform a bit?
Man, I like performing live. That's where it's at for me. I like being in the studio too, but when I'm out there live in front of the people and seeing them react, and then even better when it's a pin drop silence. I mean, that's like the ultimate respect when people aren't talking. And with this type of music, this type of audience does that a lot, and so it's just like awesome. I'm like, wow. So the people are really listening, are music lovers. So I feel like I'm in the right place, and it's the best thing that could ever happen.
When was the last time you had this feeling?
Almost every night, so whenever we play, yeah.
So that's very good.
We played, I think the last game we did was in Vienna, Austria. And we played at a Porgy and Bess jazz club. Okay. And the audience was so great. And we got like 2 encores, and it was so cool. So very nice.
And then, this is a very, it's only been released a couple months. Let's. I want to talk about Rain Falling. What was the starting point of that song?
Actually, I wrote that song when I was 16, something like that. And I'm 27 now, so it was a while ago. But I always liked when I was writing, and still to this day when I write, I like to go when the chord changes go, or you don't expect it to. Kind of Stevie Wonder meets Bill Evans or something like that, and then with Roberta Flack vocals over it, if that kind of makes sense. So kind of put all into one. But I was inspired by a George Shearing jazz standard arrangement of I'll Never Be the Same, if you're familiar with that song. And I learned it, man, right when I was like 15, 16 or so, and it was so cool. And so if you listen to that arrangement particularly, you'll hear the influence on Rain Falling. So that's where I got that sort of from.
And you said that's a song you wrote when you were
16.
much younger.
Yeah.
How do you relate now to the lyrics that you wrote?
They're very like basic, but it's more poetic. And I got that, I guess, it's kind of from I was thinking on terms of like old school jazz music, you know, how they were very poetic, kind of simple but pure love. It's not like dirty, raunchy stuff. So that's kind of, it was like a love song in a way.
And have you I suppose it has, but how has your songwriting developed since that age, since 16?
It's kind of stayed in the same place. I feel like I've started actually simplifying my chords more, but my lyrics have gotten a little more advanced, if that makes sense. It's almost the other way. But I can go back and write a song like that if I get the time and sit down. So yeah, it just depends.
It is interesting that you say that now there's a little bit more focus on the lyrics. Do you know why?
I don't know, maybe because I've lived a little bit, and I can relate things, and there's more motion to put into the lyrics.
Does it help putting things that you deal with in the music? Does that help kind of make sense of them or deal with them?
Does it help as in, what do you mean exactly? I'm so sorry.
Writing down lyrics or just writing songs. Does that help in dealing with?
Oh, when I'm dealing with something, that's what you're saying, yeah. Oh yeah, definitely, because your mind is in a different place normally, and it might be a more vulnerable spot than it would be when you're not going through something, if that makes sense. So you are open to more colors. Like I was explaining, color is like the best thing, yeah.
So in that sense, when you perform the songs live, are you then transported back to those emotions and then the feelings that kind of where the song initially came from?
Actually, yeah, a lot of times that can, yeah, I do occasionally when I'm playing them, absolutely.
What was the toughest song for you to sing? Not technically, but emotionally. What was the toughest song?
Let me think. Maybe Too Good to Last, possibly. I don't know, because I feel like everybody's been there at some point. Like you have something or someone that you love that will be, oh my God, this is amazing. I love this person, but then something comes up where you can't be with that person, or it's too good to last, you know. And it's like there's no hope, but enjoy while you're in the moment. So, yeah, that's kind of what the lyrics kind of come to. So.
In that sense, is it a happy or a sad song for you?
Say it again?
Is it a happy or a sad song?
It's more of a sad song. It goes happy, and then it's like, it's too bad, too bad, too bad, too bad, too bad, no, too good to last. You have to play it, too good to last. Anyway, but yeah, it kind of is like, man, it's like, it's too good to last, too sweet to stay in place. We fell so fast, the pieces broke away. They say the hotter you burn, the faster you fall, but you're still the best mistake that I made. Something like that, yeah. But anyway, it kind of explains itself in the title itself, in a way.
Last thing, I read somewhere that you like cars.
Oh yeah, I love my cars, baby.
Because obviously you have a lot of artistic creativity in you. When does this side come into it? Was it always there?
Honestly, before that.
Okay.
I got into cars when I was maybe 3 or 4 or something, like when I was drawing about the same time. My dad gave me a Matchbox Hot Wheels car, you know what those are? And and my mom gave me a Barbie or something. And I drew like a handlebar mustache on the Barbie because I just thought it was funny. And I don't know what happened to that Barbie to this day, but I still had that car. And anyway, I own like 3, give or take 4 or 5 cars. I have them in cycle occasionally. I love cars. I love Jeeps, and I own a 1953 Chevy Bel Air hardtop coupe. It's got a 350 Chevy crate motor engine in it, and then a a C6 Corvette convertible. It's a 6-speed manual. It's awesome. It drives fast. It has an LS2 motor in it, 6.0 liter. And then I have a huge Jeep. It's a JK, if you're familiar with Jeeps. It's 4-door. But it has a 6-inch lift, and it's got 37-inch mud tires on it, so it's a beast. The winch on the front and the big light bars, so I take it off-road all the time.
Is it difficult, last question, because I think my time's up, but is it difficult to balance those passions? Because
it can be, man. There's times I'm like, okay, I'm up on stage, I could be stuck in a mud hole right now, and that would sound like fun to be in my Jeep off-roading. So that's like all I do when I'm off. I go full wheeling.
Thank you very much for your time.
You are welcome. Thank you. Peace.